How are you guys doing today? My name is Anima, and today we've got a post-commentated Pokemon ORAS Wi-Fi battle for you all, this time against Arch. Sir, your Twitter link will be in the description down below. Thank you for appearing on the channel today. There will be a question of the day at the end of the video. I will remind you that the like button exists, but of course it's completely up to you whether or not you have anything to do with it. Or you could be a complete rebel, and instead of making your decision at the end of the video after watching it about whether or not to press the like button, you could press it right now, and that would just be wild. But oh my god, that gets more and more convoluted the more I say it. But yes guys, so this is an OU tier match. We're using a team built by the beloved, wonderful Ellis Lusk, of course. It is really, really cool. I do like it very much. And this time, yeah, we're up against Art. So yeah, he's got a pretty scary team. I mean, yeah, it's pretty scary. I mean, the main problem on that thing is the pissing Chansey. But, you know, there is a definite slew of potential megas on his team. Could definitely be Caesar, Sableye, or Alakazam. I wanted to bet either Sableye or Alakazam. I don't know, I had a feeling it was either one of those two. Most likely the Sableye. But yeah, no, I do like this team. I definitely need to be wary of the damn Chansey, but otherwise I think we have a pretty decent shot at this one. Anyway, lads, I'm gonna hit play, and you will see precisely what I saw. So Art is issuing that challenge. I do decide to lead with Fannypuss because I can get the initiative on whatever I want. If it's not a matchup, I can just switch the hell out of there if it's not a matchup that I desire. So he's going to go for the Psyshock as I decide to go for the Volt Switch. I knew I could live any one hit this thing went for, and I knew I couldn't kill it, and it probably had a Focus Sash, so there was no point going for Shadow Ball because he could kill me in 2 hits. Here I make a misplay. I should have gone into my Dugtrio because I could have just killed it with a Sucker Punch, trapped it and killed it, and then that would be by Alakazam, and that would have been really cool. But instead, no, I went into Talonflame, and I just go straight for the Brave Bird as my opponent brings in the Sableye. So I do expect him to go for a cover, so at this point I am just going to go for a Swords Dance, thinking I'm just going to try and overwhelm him as much as possible. But he is going to Mega Evolve into the Mega Sableye, and if you didn't know, Mega Sableye does get the added bulk, so this +2 Brave Bird is actually going to come just shy of taking him out. So he's going to go for the Dark Pulse, and because this Talonfoof is somewhat bulky, we are going to be able to live that just about. But we get the follow-up Brave Bird on the next turn, and this is going to be enough to kill the Sableye, but my Talonfoof is extremely weakened. Mate, if I just got into my Dugtrio and killed the Alakazam, it could have been a different path. So out comes this Raikou, and I'm going to go into Fannypuss just to fodder it off. And this was another bad play. I should have gone for the Roost because I would have dropped my Flying typing. I would have maybe been able to take a hit if he wasn't like Choice Specs or something. Maybe things could have been different, but either way, I'm going to go into my Dugtrio, and I'm going to trap it and kill it with the EQ, which is really nice. Out comes this Azumarill. I cannot stay in here! Goodness gracious, not when I have a Tentacruel, so I'm going to switch into Megan Fox as my opponent goes for the Belly Drum, so I'm like, oh shit. I am defensively invested, so I can kind of take on this thing somewhat, and he surprises me actually by going for the Belly Drum and then promptly switching out into this Chansey, so I'm going to go for the Acid Spray regardless, and that's going to lower his special defense by 2 stages, which is super nice to do on a Chansey. It really, really is, and we're going to start setting up our Toxic Spikes, because if we can get like a little Toxic on this bastard and Toxic on everything else, that would be really, really, really cool. So we do manage to get up our second layer of Toxic Spikes, and this isn't a matchup I can win, because I can't do anything to this Chansey, and this Chansey can just keep Seismic tossing me. 4 are going to kill me, so I'm going to go for that Acid Spray, well, 5 because of my Black Sludge, and he's going to go for another Seismic Toss. So at this point he is actually at -4 special defense, so it's kind of pretty good. I'm actually going to switch out because I wanted to go into my Houdini and slap it with a Hurricane, but he is going to switch out to reset his drops and go into the Caesar expecting the follow-up Acid Spray. But you know, yeah, that was decent. But regardless, he's not going to lose anything from it because he's going to be able to just hop back into his Chansey as I Mega Evolve and go for the Heat Wave, intending to kill the Caesar, but it's not happening, ladies and gentlemen. That bug is going to evade me, and this fat bastard is going to come back out and take my heat. God damn it. So I do go for the hurricane, and at this point I'm just like confused because it's just evil. Look at its flappy, stupid cheeks. What the hell is wrong with you? I hate you so much. So it's gonna spread its gases everywhere or something, aromatizing whatever shit. Just shut up. I hate this thing. And I do actually manage to get the confusion with the hurricane, which is so nice, and it's going to slap itself in its stupid little chancy face. I see this as my opportunity to get out of there, so I do go for the U-turn, and I go into Talonfoof because my thinking right now is to try and roost up SD, nuke this thing. That's what I want to do. So he goes for the soft boiled, and this is kind of alright. I do go for the roost because I don't want to get seismic tossed and die, because that would be extremely tragic. He is going to get confused and land a toxic, so I'm toxic now and I'm on a timer and it sucks. I'm going to go for the SD now that I'm at decent health. But this is honestly a problematic situation. This really is. He's going to snap out of confusion and land a seismic toss on me. This Chansey is so bulky, man. It's so bulky. So we're going to go for the roost. This was kind of just like me trying to survive, because as you're going to see, after this seismic toss and the toxic damage, we are going to be pretty much at the exact same place. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just go for the Brave Bird now. And it's gonna come just shy of taking it out. So my thinking, I was kind of kicking myself because I thought maybe if I went for 2 Brave Birds I would have been able to kill it, but looking at it, I would have died to the amount of damage I did to this thing anyway, so it's completely moot. The Chansey won just because it's goddamn Chansey. Yeah, I think he's invested in defense and special defense because he just takes hits so well, absolutely wonderfully, to be honest. So I went for the EQ just experimentally, just to see how much it did. Didn't do enough, so I'm going to go into Megan Fox to try and get some cheeky acid sprays off again. He's going to go for the seismic toss. This does a whopping total of 50 because it's always going to do bloody 50. And I was like, shit, and just kind of panicked and switched into Houdini. I don't really know why I switched into Houdini. I think I thought that he'd be afraid of another acid spray situation, but no, he is going to just fearlessly go for the seismic toss. Houdini doesn't mind getting damaged that much because I do have roost, but if I get poisoned, it's going to be the end. So he does go for the toxic because he knows if he just toxics me, he's going to win in a few turns, so yeah, I'd go for the acid spray, trying to lower this thing's special defense once again, because all I have left are special sweepers. My Dugtrio isn't strong enough to do the damage that I need to do to this thing. So I'm going to go into Mary and just try and get set up now with Leaf Storm. So we're going to go for that Leaf Storm. We do manage to land it and take down the Azumarill. My opponent wisely switched that in for Death Fodder. We're going to get the boost because we are au contrary, and that's really, really nice for us. But he is going to bring out the Alakazam, which should be bloody dead. And I was like, you, like cursing my past self. But we're going to go into Swinger just to use up our Focus Sash, really. And he's going to go for the Psy Shock. I'm going to live that with 1, of course. And he's actually going to get poisoned, which really surprises me. So, I don't know. I missed the trace. Did the trace happen? I'm not really sure. But no, he's going to be poisoned and actually die. It's just really rare for me to see something that isn't Magic Guard. Anyway, we're going to give the Sucker Punch on the Caesar because I thought he was just going to Bullet Punch me and I wanted to get some damage off on it. And I didn't want to switch in something to a Bullet Punch. So, he does actually go for the U-turn instead, which surprised me. And he goes out into this Chansey once again. So it was just sad. I am forced into Mary, and at this point I just wanted to get like moderately set up with my Leaf Storm. I have Hidden Power Fire, so I can kill the Caesar if it came down to it. But it also kind of worried me from the perspective of he could switch out into the Caesar any time, and that would be very sad. So I do actually manage to land this Leaf Storm, which is pretty nice. I did miss the first one, and that was kind of sad, you know. That was kind of sad. I did kind of feel like if I'd landed it, I'd be able to get to +6 a bit faster and, you know, maybe kill this thing. But I do actually miss my second Leaf Storm, so it's a bit like, yeah, salt in the wound kind of thing. And this thing is going to eat its own eggs because it's just a fucking savage, basically. And I'm going to slowly die due to Toxic and Life Orb, but it's just not a good situation for me. I don't really think I can win at this stage unless I manage to get a Roost off on this thing, or the Caesar's Bullet Punch doesn't kill me or whatever. But he's going to go for the Aromatherapy. Yeah, I'm just slowly dying, really. I'm slowly dying. I did kind of half expect him to switch into the Caesar at one point as well. So there was that. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going Believe Storm, and it's not gonna work out. It really isn't. We actually managed to live on 1 because Mary's just like, fuck you! And we do manage to get a +4 Leaf Storm off, which actually did good damage. So maybe if I'd landed one of my Leaf Storms, we maybe would have been able to kill this goddamn Chansey. But we're not going to be able to, so I am going to switch out Houdini, and I am going to forfeit there, just because I can't touch it. I really can't. People are bringing Pokemon lately that I can't touch, so I'm forced to forfeit just because otherwise there'll be like a useless 10 turns at the end that nobody wants to see. But, you know, that was a good game, I thought. I was kind of like meh at the Chansey because I hate that thing, but then at the same time it's like, well, he had to do what he had to do to win, you know, so, you know, if he didn't stall, he wouldn't have won, so that's, you know, it all makes sense. But, yeah, no, I did enjoy that battle. And it's nice seeing Superior do stuff. I really do like using Contrary Superior. I think it's one of my favorites. I really like it. I mean, it's so easy to set up. You just click Leaf Storm. And assuming your Superior has its glasses on that day, it is actually going to get set up really goddamn quickly. So, yeah, that's pretty nice. Anyway, folks, today's question of the day is... what is your favorite insult off of the top of your head? So which is like an insult that just makes you laugh. Like if someone just says it, you're just like, you just can't help but kind of crack a smile at it. Or you just like using it a lot. I really can't think of one because... I don't know. Because there are just so many and they're just so funny. I quite like twat. I think there's just a certain... just a certain impact twat. It's just like one syllable. And the t at the end, I really appreciate. Americans say it twat. Why do you do that? No, it's okay that you do that, but twat just sounds more satisfying. That, you know, it's the t at the end. I quite like knob as well, but that's just quite simple to the point. I think monosyllabic insults are really funny. So you knob. It's just it's just like, I don't know, there's just certain impact to them. But no, twat. I think twat is one of my favorites. I think. Not my absolute favorite, I think, but it's one that I'm immediately thinking of, so it's got to be worth something, right? Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching. Your support is appreciated. As always, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye!